Welcome back. Before we get into the video itself, you'll notice through the mirror there's this pile of boxes in the back. I got sent a bunch of boxes from Body Shop for their 12 days of giveaways, and so for the next 12 days I'm gonna be opening a box at the top of every video. But I just wanted to explain that, like, I'm gonna open that box and then we'll come back to the video and we're gonna react to the episode. But first, you know, I'm gonna open some boxes. Bite me. You like it? Day 1. Make it real together. I need scissors. Shing! Oh, it just opens. Oh, they just taped this to it? Okay, so it's here, I suppose. I'm trying to be careful because I'm usually not very careful with scissors. Ah, you know what this is? Holy crap. Look at that. Oh. It says, this calendar offers a mix of classics and holiday 2020 exclusives, as well as some feel-good ideas and tips to make the countdown to the big day extra special and thoughtful. Look at it. It's like this big booklet thing. So you have it here. And then it opens to like all this stuff. So I'm gonna start by opening up the first 4 days because it's currently December 4th. I know this video is coming out later, but it's the 4th when I'm filming it, so let's do it. Oh yeah. Hand lotion. I use their hand lotion all the time. I'm currently using one of theirs right now. Sobbles is trying to get in on the action. Don't buy a tree. Do good for the planet and decorate your favorite houseplants. That's cute. Vitamin C glow sheet mask. Woohoo! Day 3. Ooh, this one's an oddly shaped box. Oh no, it's a loofah. Oh, that doesn't smell what I thought it was gonna smell like. It smells like not like raspberries or something. I don't know. I love their loofahs. I'm currently using the one that they gave me last year. How long are you supposed to use a loofah for? Like, is it safe to use it for a year or two? Time to open the 4th. Right here. And we've got, yes, another nail file. I know this is maybe a small thing to get excited about, but I have been using the nail file they gave me last year for a year now.
Wait, so there's like a box in a box. It's like a Russian doll thing.
Yeah. Well, this is just day 1. Well, here's what I'm gonna do though. If I have doubles of things that I know I'm not gonna use as much, or products that I don't really use, I'll just give them away. Okay, welcome back. Hello. A few things before we jump into the reaction video. Some notes that I wanted to talk about. People were making fun of me because they were like, remember how I was talking about love shapes and how this series has a lot of love shapes going on, like not just love triangles where there's 3 people involved, but like it's usually 3 people and then one of those person has another person and that makes it a rectangle. But I was talking about 5 people, another person has another person, which makes it a pentagon, which is 5. I just couldn't think of the word, and I wanted to clarify that I'm not that stupid. I want to talk about Summer, because I feel like I'm being like a little bit too hard on her, because she is, what, 17, that character? And I'm like really going hard. I'm being very harsh on her. Her intentions are good, and I think that she's just really, like, she just doesn't approach things properly. That's really her biggest downfall. I just wanted to say I'm gonna come into these next few episodes with a bit more of an open mind for when it comes to Summer. And I'm really praying that she, you know, redeems herself. And I'm gonna just try and listen and like hear her out rather than just jump to judgments, because sometimes I'll hear her say one thing and be like, no. That's just my 2 cents before we jump into it. This is called B Troop Best Troop, so I have a feeling this is probably gonna be the like whether or not Summer joins B Troop and then also whether or not they go to nationals. Summer wrestles with a decision that throws her plans with Cleo off the rails, but I'm excited to jump right in. Let's do it.
Previously on The Next Step.
Previously at The Next Step.
Summer is the bravest person I know. Thank you. B Troop is...
Oh yeah, Rochelle and Summer are like on good terms right now.
They became professional dancers, which means they can't compete at nationals.
But technically, the next step did qualify.
What I remember is that if the next step is represented as a professional team on a professional setting, then that team in general, just the next step, will not be able to compete. So if B Troop wants to compete, but I guess they've changed it for the sake of the story.
We need to prove to Absolute Dance that we're good enough to go to nationals.
You need to prove to Absolute Dance? Yeah, because I guess if the team competed at regionals, you can change a few people here and there, but you can't really change the whole team. Is that what that is? Also, what about Emily? She should be in on this decision. Right? Am I crazy? Or is this just a normal thing?
Emily's on the phone right now, trying to get the head of Absolute Dance here next week so we can prove ourselves.
Emily's on the phone. He said that, right? He said Emily is on the phone, so so Emily's already on board then. The premise is still the same, it's just the authority figure is not Emily, it's the competition.
When Summer and Cleo first told me about nationals, I was a little nervous, but the more we rehearse, the better I feel.
Yeah, I love Maya. I really love the way she performs.
Every little thing about this dance needs to be perfect, then we can just drill it and we're good to go.
Yeah, it's called cleaning. Cleaning a routine. That's something I want to see. We've never seen them clean a routine, which is like, essentially, it's usually the teacher, because the dance captain needs to also be given corrections, which is why I think a dance captaincy thing doesn't always work as well. It's like the dance captain is just essentially the assistant. They're there to like facilitate when the teacher cannot. But if the teacher is there, which she should be, she should stand at the front of the room, watch you perform, say, stop right there. Okay, what count does this arm go up on? Who can tell me? Majority wins. Or making sure that that's a really sharp movement. And if someone's not doing it sharp enough, you make them do it by themselves, or make them watch someone else who's doing it properly do it. Like all those little things that dance teachers do in a classroom when they're choreographing and like cleaning a routine never happens here. And that's something we never got time to do in rehearsals either. So I think that's why we don't really show it in the show, because like we said many times, there's so many dances and not enough time to like properly clean them, because you just learn them and then perform them. That's just something that would always happen when I was competing, and I feel like I want to see that.
Going to nationals means a bigger stage.
Okay, so here's my theory. This troupe, B Troop, is going to be the new A Troop next season, and that all of the A Troopers that now are in A Troop are going to graduate and move on because they're going to be professionals. So they're like, we're just going to keep being professionals, and that's like the easiest way to just like get them to graduate. But these guys are going to be like the new A Troop.
Broke up with Henry, I lost my dance captaincy, and I moved from A Troop to B Troop. With Cleo's plan, it really feels like it's a perfect fit for me.
Okay, I heard her full speech, and I have some thoughts. She, again, is still in the position. I'm still hearing her say, oh, this was a hard year for me because I'm a victim, because all these things happened to me, and not because of me. And not because of things, like there was nothing I could have done differently. Like nothing that she's saying is insinuating that she made mistakes and that she learned from them, which is my biggest issue with Summer. Like, but again, maybe that'll happen later on. Maybe there's some way she'll come through for me and redeem herself. I don't know.
Everybody has their own specialty, and their energy is off the charts.
Yes, Izzy. She just comes in, she starts moving, and it's just like, there's so much spunk to what she does. I know a lot of you guys are saying, Izzy does anything, and Brittany goes, amazing, love her. But she is. Like, do you not agree? How, isn't she like, there's something about her that's just really enticing and like, endearing? I know I use that word a lot, but whatever, it's true.
I was ecstatic when Summer and Cleo brought me the idea of going to nationals. I mean, Dance Mania, that's great for the dancers. But winning nationals, no, that's great for the studio.
Okay, yeah, I see that. Because Emily's like, honestly, I was excited to have them compete for us because I really want to be able to do both, and now we can. So that's kind of cool. But she has to convince the competition that she can take her other dancers.
B Troop doesn't have a dance captain, so Summer and I have to take the lead on this.
If I was Summer, I'd be like, I was in A Troop and you were an alternate, so I'm going to just take the lead. I just don't like Cleo more than I don't like Summer. But hopefully she redeems herself. Again, I'm trying to give them some chances. I'm trying to keep an open mind.
And you guys are supposed to be in Studio 1 because you're B Troop.
Studio 1 is...
That's different. It used to be Studio A and Studio B, didn't it? In season 1, maybe. Maybe we've changed it since then. I don't remember any of this.
Gracias.
You're welcome.
She didn't even push them. They weren't even in her way. They kind of moved aside for her and she just went even more. Moments like that where I'm like, all right, Rochelle, get off your high horse for a second there. All right, take it down a peg.
Just make sure you watch your extension.
Just make sure you watch your sickled feed.
Oh, thank you for the correction.
Oh, Winnie, you're giving me summer vibes. You're giving me vibes of just trying to stay positive. Have a bit of backbone. She's totally shitting on you. She's not giving you a correction. She's shitting on you. Being like, okay, we don't need to do that.
No. I can do the lift.
I'll do the lift, and you can go to the corner and do your turns.
I'll do the lift, and you can go in the back and do whatever it is you do.
This is another crazy thing to me, that the choreography is up to the dancers. Like, it's not like the dance captain, at least, or the person in charge is the one choreographing, right? Why are they choreographing themselves? And they're B troopers. They're not, like, again, they're not as trained. They're not all trained enough to be able to put together a dance routine like this. So, you know, putting that much trust in them, especially Emily as the studio head, she's just not taking charge. And I feel like Emily is such a control freak. She wants it to be her way or no way, right? Am I wrong? Has she changed? Let me know.
I just got off the phone with Gavin Davenport, head of Absolute Dance. She'll be here later today. Let's make sure the next step goes to nationals, okay?
I love how Emily is like, hey everyone, so it's today or nothing. So you better figure it out. I'll be in my office. Like, if she has all her hopes in this, wouldn't she be there in rehearsals drilling the dancers? She would be like, dance captain is not a thing now. It is me taking care of this because you are representing my studio. Right? She would be like on them. Like the dancers have so much control over what happens at this studio. And I'm just saying compared to the real world. Like, a lot of things in this, it's TV, so naturally things are going to be different. Keep that in mind. And again, they want the kids to feel like they are the ones who are making the decisions and the teacher is just there as like just overseeing things and like being a comfort really for the audience members. But like, me as an adult and someone who was raised really in a dance studio, this is like so far from what would actually happen. This is not what would happen. The teacher would be there drilling the dancers. The teacher wouldn't have even called Absolute Dance until she believes that they are ready. But yeah, again, now the stakes are so much higher because they have to learn, like Jude has to learn this all today. So that's why they set it up this way.
And as much as I love her as a dancer, we don't have time for this. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just...
Are you okay? I wish Summer would say things to the dancers that she says in her talking heads. We don't have time for this. Jude, are you going to be ready? Because if you're not, like, you know yourself, if you're not going to be ready, then you'll just have to sit it out or something. I don't know.
Do you think she'll get it in time?
Yeah, of course she will.
And if she doesn't?
She will, okay? Trust me.
No one trusts you, Cleo.
I need advice from someone whose judgment will never be clouded by emotion.
Rochelle. She's going to go to Rochelle.
I'm not the diamond in the rough that you're looking for. I'm the diamond in the...
That's not Spanish homework.
That's why I'm really hesitant to pull her off the dance.
Take her off the dance.
Okay, but maybe we could try a different set of choreography.
Take her off the dance, Summer. This was your issue when you were the dance captain on A Troop. You have to be tough. You can't just spare everyone's feelings.
What did I say? It feels so good for someone to actually say it like that bluntly to her.
Guys, Gavin just texted me and she said she's gonna be here really soon. So this better be perfect.
Again, Emily walks in and is like, hey, by the way, she's gonna be here real soon. How you guys doing? Good? Snacks? Water? Nothing? Okay, I'm just gonna be in my office. Like, she's like the mom, the cool mom at a party while her kids are doing, like, stupid shit. But she doesn't want to, like, impose. That's what it feels like. She just, like, wants them to take control of this entire, the future of them in nationals. It just seems, like, just not like Emily. And maybe that's because she as a character has changed. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you guys find it cool? Do you enjoy that Emily's not that involved, that the studio head is really on the outskirts? Or do you wish that Emily was more involved? Do you wish that she had more of a say in what was going on? because it feels really like she gives the dancers so much control. And I wonder if that's just Emily's way of trying to like throw them in the deep end. Maybe that's what she's trying to do. I think honestly, I really like Emily and I really like Nick, and I want to see them more involved in the story. I think that's all it is. It's like, I really love those characters and I want to see them more.
I'm pulling you from the dance. I'm sorry, Jude. I just don't know what else to do. We're running out of time, and
I knew you were gonna do this.
it's nothing personal. It's just, I think maybe we should.
Yeah, again, dancers also take things very personally. Again, in the show it has to happen so that the drama exists, but like in the real world, at least at my dance studio, every studio is different, but at my dance studio, if someone reacted the way Jude was reacting to my studio owner who said, hey, you're out, we have to take you out of the dance, you're just not pulling your weight and time's running out, sorry. I know it sucks, but I gave you an opportunity and you blew it, sorry. And if they were reacting like this, like, how dare you, I knew you were gonna say this, then he'd be like, okay, well, you can leave the studio then. You don't have to come back at all. How about that? Like, that's how it would be. This is the studio I went to. We had a sign right outside of the studio that said, leave your ego at the door. Because it's true. Your ego should not get in the way of the training. You're there to, like, be a part of the team and to pull your weight and to work hard and to try to improve. And yes, she works hard, to be fair, but this shows me that she's letting her ego get in the way by being like, how dare you? Like, I thought you believed in me. It's like, dude, look at the greater good. Like, if you're putting yourself over the team, then I'm not on your side, I guess is the distilled version of that.
I really want to go to nationals, but at what cost?
Pete, Izzy.
She can't be dance captain. This is another thing too, like after everything that happened, she's like, I just couldn't, take charge, couldn't be a leader. And then B Troop, she comes to B Troop and she's like, I'll be dance captain for nationals. I'm gonna do the exact same thing, the exact same job that I did before. The one thing though, you know what? I did say I was gonna give her a chance. The one thing I am really impressed with Summer is that she went to Rochelle and she took her advice. So I appreciate that.
Jude ran off. Gavin could be here any minute.
That's cutting it real close. Don't you have to change spacing now? Like, now it's like, okay, Jude's out of the dance, guys. Let's get everyone together and, like, re-choreograph this. Rejig all the spacing. Let's go to first positions, see where you're at, okay? And then, like, run through the routine. And as soon as we see where there's a spot where it's obvious that Jude is missing, that a person is missing, then we need to re-space it.
Jude is the best dancer on this team, and if she's not on the dance, you're not being very strategic, are you?
This is why B Troop can't go to nationals. They're too worried about hurting people's feelings. You can't. You can't. It's not about individual people and how they feel. It's a competition. Maybe I'm too harsh, but this is just how I was trained, honestly.
Rochelle actually isn't in the dance. She's decided to compete in Dance Mania instead.
Oh, dance reality show for professionals.
I bet Rochelle's gonna get kicked off of the Absolute Dance. She's not gonna be a face of it anymore because she's a professional dancer. She can't be the face if she's a professional. That's my theory, which also is like, Rochelle, do your research.
But this is our first real test for some of our B Troopers. So they're either gonna sink or swim.
And Emily has nothing to do with it. She's like, I think it's good. I don't really know because I haven't been in the rehearsals at all, but like, I just find that so strange and so unlike Emily. Like, remember Emily season 1 and 2 who was like, or at least season 1, who was like, we're rehearsing. I don't care, it's 10 p.m. at night, we're rehearsing. And I kind of respected her because of that, but now it feels like she's really laid back. Maybe Michelle rubbed off on her a little bit.
And this dance is on fire, everyone lose control.
Don't you need 10 dancers to compete? Isn't that like a rule at Absolute Dance? Maybe they're gonna bring that up.
We are in the pocket.
That's very cute. I love Izzy. Sorry guys, I can't say anything bad about her. She's great.
I mean, I didn't really believe her at first, but this is impressive.
They are very good for B Troop, like when you think about it. I mean, these dancers are great. They were obviously hired as professional dancers.
The team added a freestyle solo for me, and I couldn't be happier.
Oh, okay, so that was Summer's solution. She was like, because she had said before, she's like, it's too hard to like let her go, so like instead of just kicking her off the team. This is why I think Summer and Rochelle should be co-dance captains, because they have the similar vibe of like Michelle and Emily, where Michelle is like, we need to work with what the dancers can provide, whereas Emily is like, they all need to fit into my mold, and if they don't, they're out, which is very Rochelle and Summer. So it's a very similar vibe to Emily and Michelle.
With a dance this great, we'll have no other choice but to allow it. I'll see you all at Nationals.
Izzy's going to Nationals! And the rest of them too, great job. But Izzy!
I'm going to nationals.
You did nothing! Emily did nothing! She just like called some people. She was like she was what Nick should have been, which was like, I'll call Emily, you choreograph them and like make sure they're ready. I feel like that would have made more sense, no? And then like the dance captain can still decide who gets to be on the team, because Emily's trying to teach them how to be leaders and how to like decide for themselves what's best. But at least for something this important, I feel like she should have been there. Again, that's just my personal opinion. It's based on the studio I went to. Maybe you guys feel differently.
Because you're performing on Dance Mania, which is a professional show, which means you can no longer be the face of Absolute Dance.
She's gonna take the poster. Okay, so this is where she's gonna become a soloist at Dance Mania instead, because she's gonna get all this attention. People are gonna be like, we love the soloist of this group. And like, she really stands out. And then so she's gonna be like, I'll move forward as a soloist. Like somehow it's gonna be an ultimatum where she gets to pick being a star on her own or being a group with the team and potentially not making it all the way. And she's gonna pick being a star on her own. End of the episode. All right, final thoughts. I knew she was gonna get that spot removed, because that's the other thing too. Wouldn't she have thought of that? Like, as soon as Emily was like, they do not allow professional dancers at Absolute Dance. Also, that Gavin woman was really rude. She was like, we can't talk, don't waste any more of my time. Like, okay, you're a dance competition, relax. Again, it's a different world. Absolute Dance is like this mega competition, but in the real world, there's like hundreds of competitions that you can compete at with hundreds of different studios that all win at different events. Summer made the right call. This was a redeeming episode for her, because she she started to make adjustments. She started to realize that her initial opinion and her instincts are not 100% accurate in terms of like just giving Jude a chance and hoping she gets there. She knew she needed to make a change, and it may not have been the best call for Jude, but she decided to like come up with a compromise, which was really strong. And honestly, I'm happy that Summer did that. I'm feeling a little bit better about her. This episode wasn't really about Cleo. Cleo just has a crush on Jude, and so she wanted to help her out. I still don't know that I've seen her do anything terribly selfless yet. Like, in my opinion, I don't know. But we'll see. Maybe she'll turn it around. This is the demise of Rochelle, though. I think Rochelle is going to take this part and just be like, it's already crushed her enough that she's now gonna be like, okay, I have to somehow become a star again. And she just doesn't know how to do that yet, so she's gonna figure it out. That's my theory. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. That's the day. Bye.